Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge with West Ham. Now in today's episode we've got Zenit St Petersburg in the final group game of the Europa League. But of course we've got some fixtures to review since the last time we met. Now the last time we met was the 1-1 draw away at Borussia Mönchengladbach. And we followed that up with a 3-1 away win against Huddersfield in the Premier League. So we took quite an early lead, Lucas Toussaint getting himself a goal in the 5th minute after a good run from Marko Arnautovic, who was back from injury for a short period and then got himself injured again. But he gets himself a double in this game in the 53rd minute and the 57th minute that is being shown right now. We did miss a penalty through Felipe Anderson in the 46th minute. In general, it was just a game that we dominated, and Huddersfield didn't really have many answers to our attacking threats. They did get themselves a late goal in the 87th minute, which was more of a consolation. Decent strike from the edge of the box. Timo Horn probably should have done better, but we'll take the 3 points. We then played Watford in the League Cup and won 4-0. 2 goals from Arnautovic, not 2 goals from Arnautovic, it was 2 goals from Yarmolenko, 1 for Arnautovic and 1 from Felipe Anderson. We then had a home tie against Fulham in the Premier League and won this one 4-1. So to start us off, 13 minutes in, Felipe Anderson does a good run from the right and he gets a decent strike from the edge of the box. Maybe the keeper should have done a little bit better there, but I'm not complaining. Marin then got us the second goal in the 35th minute. Do you see a lot of goals coming from free kicks and corners? I see quite a lot, and Moise Kean makes it 3-0 in the 45th minute. Fulham then get one back through Tom Ince, but then Felipe Anderson secures the victory with a 4-1 win against Fulham with a nice goal, decent finish, good pass from Arnautovic. We then had a home tie in the Europa League against Borussia Mönchengladbach and we got beat. And this game was an absolute nightmare. We had 3 injuries within the first half. Wagnerman had to be took off in the 6th minute, Arnautovic in the 37th and Dennis Mann in the 15th, so we were really bare bones, particularly in the attacking positions. And yeah, Ines and I got a penalty in the 66th minute. We dominated the match, couldn't score, we got beat. We then went away to Crystal Palace in the Premier League and drew 2-2. Crystal Palace actually took the lead in this one in the 17th minute. Nicolas Pepe getting themselves in front, but we do equalise through Andriy Yarmolenko quite quickly in the 25th minute, so only 8 minutes in between, so we'll get back into it. But then Mamadou Sakho gives Crystal Palace the lead again in the 33rd minute. It was just a game where we struggled to get in control, but 1 minute later we do equalise again, and that is how it finished. And to continue our disappointing run of form, we got beat off Arsenal at home 2-1. Now on the face of it, this doesn't seem like too bad a result getting beat off Arsenal, but they were below us in the league at this point. I think they were 7th and we were 6th. So I was looking at this game, possibly thinking about getting a win here, but a sloppy passing there from the Arsenal defence gets Felipe Anderson in to equalise in the 16th minute. But a penalty from Fekir finished us off and we couldn't get anything from today's game. We then had a home tie against Panathinaikos, which we won 3-0. A goal from Felipe Anderson in the 13th, Lanzini in the 30th and Moise Kean in the 46th secured a relatively simple and easy victory. I don't know what's happened with Panathinaikos. They've got okay players. They shouldn't be this bad stats-wise, but every time we play them, we absolutely smash them. We then played Everton away in the Premier League, and this was a match where I was sure we weren't going to come away with the victory. But incredibly late on, Manuel Lanzini in the 93rd minute gives us the victory. A decent strike, hits off the Everton defender, and I'm not going to complain. Every goal's a goal. Champion. We then continued our iffy form by drawing with Brighton 0-0 at home. You know, we've had some injuries to the attacking players, which has just meant all our consistency in terms of goal scoring has just gone out the window, and this game was no different. As you can see, 24 shots but only 6 on target. That's not something that you cannot be happy about. That just means your tactic isn't performing the way it's meant to perform, even though I've been relatively happy with our goal scoring form really. Over the last 5 or 6 games or so, with the injuries, it has left me a little bit concerned, and in today's game we only got a draw at home against, I think Brighton were in 15th. And in the last game before today's game, we played Stoke City away from home in the Premier League and won 1-0. Lanzini with the corner in here, and Pongracic gets very fortunate hitting the bar and it going in. As I say, this is continuously form of where we're not actually scoring. Obviously, Pongracic, our centre-half's getting the goals for us. Our attacking players are not performing particularly well. It is concerning me a little bit, but I hope it's just a bit of mid-season dipping in form. and I hope we can bounce back. So in terms of the league and the Europa League, this is how things stand. We're currently in 5th position in the Premier League, 4 points clear of Arsenal in 6th, but 6 points off Manchester City in 4th. So it looks like Champions League dream may be a bit too far for us this season. You know, we're hanging on for our dear life to Manchester City, but we'll see how the second half of the season goes. And in terms of the Europa League, that home defeat to Borussia Mönchengladbach was really, really poor. Now we've got to go away to Zenit St. Petersburg, knowing that if we get beat, we are out. With that in mind, this is the team that we are going to go with today. It is going to start with Wagnerman at right back, Pong Racic and Oxford at centre back with Creswell at left back, Noble and Obiang in the centre with Dennis Mann, Lanzini and Keane, our attacking midfielders, with our Nautovic up top, and of course Timo Horn in goal. Now we've got some good players to bring off the bench. Yarmolenko and Felipe Anderson are both probably our best two attacking wingers. So I feel like when we bring them on, we'll have a bit of a different edge. But I want to start with Moise Kean and Dennis Mann today because they are youngsters and they are the future of the team. Alright, so Zenit show up with a very, very defensive formation. So it'll be tough to break these down, but we'll see how the game goes. So we kick off against Zenit St. Petersburg, shooting from left to right in this first half. This is a crucial, crucial game. So due to our head-to-head record against Mönchengladbach, it means that a draw wouldn't be enough unless they get beat off Panathinaikos, which is highly unlikely to happen. So we have to draw or win here. We cannot get beat. Wagnerman with a corner in. Oh my God, Moise Kean hits the post. Creswell with the corner. Come on, boys. Moise Kean now playing down the left-hand side. He gets the ball in. Dennis Mann's there. Obiang. Creswell coming down the left-hand side. This highlight has gone on for a long, long time. And it looks like maybe it's over. Yeah, it's over. Highlight now. Moise Kean picks up from a loose pass high up the pitch now. And Arnautovic can come away with it. Creswell's overlapping the left-hand side. Can he get a decent ball in? He can. Arnautovic is there. Oh, man. He should be putting that away. Highlight now. Lanzini brings the ball forward just before half-time. Good shot that just went just wide. And that's it, half-time. We have dominated the match against Zenit St. Petersburg. But we haven't made any of our chances pay. And with how they are set up formation-wise so defensively, If we don't score now, if they catch us on the break, I'm going to be devastated. Jetro Willems with a free kick. He plays the ball in. They win it. Very, very close. We're going to get Wagnerman off. I seen he was lacking in conditioning. We'll get Sam Byram on in his place. Dennis Mann now on this right-hand side. Sam Byram's overlapping really well. Can he get a decent cross in? Can he? Come on, Sam. See the whip on that. Was Reece Oxford wins from the kick out of Michel Vorm's hands, and Aaron Creswell now has got the ball. He's got the beating of the right back. Gets the ball in. Oh my God, is that a penalty? It's got to be. It is. Arnautovic brought down in the box. Come on, lads. We haven't scored many penalties. And there it is. Mark Noble gets us the goal. And we are 1-0 in head. In head? Ahead. Mark Noble stepping up. Mr. West Ham. He hasn't had as many games this season as he would have liked. He's looking for a way out, actually. I think it's Los Angeles. Then the MLS is actually looking at him to sign him. I will be a bit gutted if he left because he is an English player, he is homegrown, he's a West Ham fan and he's the club captain, so I would imagine I'd have a squad revolt against us if I did sell him, but if he wants to go, I'm not going to stand in his way. As Lanzini comes forward here, decent strike but just over. Aaron Creswell will get off for Tony Lotto. He's lacking in conditioning a little bit, so we'll freshen things up. Lanzini with a free kick in now. Can we just make it comfortable, boys? 2-0 would be really, really nice. I could just sit and relax and enjoy the rest of the game. But can we make something here? Moise Kean with a strike. Byram with a free corner in here. Lanzini now. Mark Noble. Can we build something? There's so much space on the right-hand side if you want to use it. Dennis Mann now down the right. Gets the ball in Moise Kean's back post. He puts it to the other side and he beats the keeper, making it 2-0. And this should guarantee our way through into the Europa League knockout stages. Some decent passing between Lanzini and Mark Noble, just keeping the ball, keeping it ticking over nicely. And Dennis Mann with a really, really good cross. And that's the Moise Kean I know. I had him on my Sunderland save in FM19, and he would often come in off that left-hand side and win headers all day. I'm not even sure how tall he is, but he enjoys to do it. And just as I say that, I'm going to get Moise Kean off. We'll keep him fresh for the future, and we'll get Felipe Anderson on in his space. 4 minutes of added time remaining. This should be the final highlight of the game. Good cross in, Corker in's there. Oh my God, keep him out. I would love to keep a clean sheet, and it looks like we'll manage it. That was very close. And that's it. West Ham 2, Zenit 0. I'm not sure what happened in the Mönchengladbach game against Panathinaikos, but we'll take a quick look now to see what has happened. So we've qualified second. Disappointingly, we're gonna face one of the Champions League knockouts now. Borussia Mönchengladbach finishing top. They must have beaten Panathinaikos in the last game. It was only 1-0. Looks like it might have been quite a tight game. Actually, it wasn't tight at all. Gladbach absolutely dominated. So in terms of the board confidence, we actually met their expectation reaching the quarterfinal. I was a bit surprised that they expected us to reach the quarterfinal of our first Europa League outing, but at least we've managed to do that. Things might have got a bit sketchy if we'd been knocked out, but fortunately not. Now, in terms of the next episode, I will bring you the home game against Liverpool in the January transfer window, and I will update you on any business we have done. We do have some signings coming in, which I've already agreed, but I'll show you that in the January window. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're enjoying my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.